everyone, welcome back. So it's the first of my Inherited Whips videos to finish up. So if you watched the last video, you'll know that I went to visit my grandma for Thanksgiving and she gave me a ton of yarn and not just like yarn, but there were some projects in there, and some of them had been started by her, some of them has been started by her grandma, and so I took it upon myself to finish them. And that was my goal for the year, was because I didn't really have much else to do. I was like, I'm gonna finish all these projects. So the first one I thought would be one that she was very excited for, because she had picked out this yarn and she thought the color was really pretty. And then she was like, I'm gonna make myself something. So she picked out this pattern out of I'll just take off my sticky note with my notes. This leaflet, full figured vest to knit. Specifically, she wanted this boat neck, and there's a better picture on the back. She wanted this guy, which is I figured out, called the lace stitch pullover. It's the first one they provide, and then you can't tell, but down here in very light pencil is the recipe for a grape salad from her cousin Nelda, which I just think is really funny. We will not be making the grape salad, but if you want the grape salad recipe, I'm gonna warn you, it's cream cheese, sour cream, sugar, and grapes, and then chopped walnuts on top. I'm not making this because I'd be the only one eating it, and I'm not doing that. But I'm gonna make this lace stitch pullover. But she didn't, while it's got this really nice lace pattern picked out, she didn't want that one. She specifically wanted this one, which if you look up the style number 2135-160 on Ravelry, this does show up. So this is a pattern. It's from Bernat. Bernat Handcrafter. She just photocopied a page. I don't have the original. She just photocopied the page. And then there's some pencil markings to finish out the patterns because it was not quite right. But so I put them two together, and she had given it to me, and I did a little bit of knitting before I recorded this video, so apologies. But she did. So she already had the yarn picked out, and she had started. So she picked the Red Heart Super Saver in Country Blue. I don't know when she bought this. I don't know when she started it, to be honest. I do know she's knitting what I assume is the largest size. And she started the back. There was about an inch left, an inch of the stockinette. And then I did the top border because it's a boat neck, but the back has no armhole shaping. And I'm a little concerned that it's not gonna fit quite right, so I might have to run some sort of like elastic. I guess maybe it will, but I'm worried I bound off too loosely for this to really fit. But there's no armhole shaping. You do the ribbing and you increase, and then you just knit a rectangle. So I'm a little unsure of how this is gonna fit. But I assume they didn't do any armhole shaping because they call it for a fuller figure, which just means that it's for like a larger bust. Really, that's literally all it means. Usually they put older women on the front. I don't really agree with that, but you know, whatever. It's what they called it. And so I started the front. I have about this much. I got the ribbing done, and then I started the stitch last night, and it's looking kind of good. I don't know if you can really see. This might also work better when I've gotten a little farther. So the pattern is only on the even rows, and then at the odd rows you purl. So it worked quite nicely. I actually am really happy how this turned out, because it means I only have one extra stitch on the sides, because I have 106 stitches on here, so it's not quite enough to do another repeat of this stitch, because it takes 25 stitches to do the complete first line. So I'm assuming every line, so it's like a 25 stitch. I had to count it because technically this pattern doesn't have a how many to cast on, which might just be because maybe it's, I don't really know why it doesn't say. I'm going to be fully frank with you. I have no idea. Obviously, I have 3 copies of just this page. just this page. I have no other copies of this book. I could find it, but I'm not going to. Maybe I will. Maybe for jokes, I'll find the book. Bet she has it. And she just didn't give it to me. But I have 3 copies of this page alone. Because I had 2 more that she gave me in the last one, and then I found this one again, and I said, oh my god. So. Oh, no. I guess there's an Afghan pattern. I'm just silly. But the Afghan wants me, obviously, to cast on 124, and I'm not making an Afghan. So, I had to do math. Oh my god. It's the end of the world. Just kidding. It's really not that bad. To be honest, this seems a little silly, the shaping they gave me. I don't think, because, like, look, it's, like, it fits over the arm just a little. So, obviously, there's, like, very little shaping, but they must shape it here. So, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But to be honest, I hope it doesn't do this, like, weird little turn-up thing, because I don't think that looks very good. I don't like that. I hope it doesn't do that. I'm gonna be really annoyed if it does. So yeah, this is my first project. I'm gonna finish. It's gonna probably be really quick, because the pattern calls for 10.5s. I'm using 10.5 needles of my new circular set, so that was really exciting. I got to use my circular set, and I thought it was much nicer to try and knit. Going from the ribbing to the body was like 5 times easier. I quite enjoyed that, like, just being able to take the needles off and then switch it and then just be like, go, and not have to be like finagling 2 different sets of needles and like the weird shape. And like, yeah, it was a little hard to like go from like knitting the ribbing with the stitches being slightly tighter to like going to the body and doing like the 2 needle size increase. But like, honestly, it's been good. But this is my travel project, because obviously it's much easier to carry this than it is to carry my other main project. But I just needed to start this because I was getting tired of the monogamous knitting that I was doing at the moment. So this was a nice little distraction, and I'm really happy. I'm really excited. I hope this turns out. But I have a ton more, especially now that I've finished the back. So I have this one, and then I think I'm going to go on to this, because it's the only thing that's not in a skein. And then everything else, and I showed you in the last video, is just still skeined up. So I have a feeling that I'm gonna have a lot of this country blue left. Hi everyone, welcome back. I thought I'd do just a quick update. It's been a hot minute since I saw you guys, but not that long. So as some of you know, I had a bit of a break around the beginning of the year, so I had time to finish. So I'm currently sitting. I have one more seam to do on this side, but I've seamed up this side and I've seamed up the top, both the tops. I just need to do about 10 inches, 11 inches on the side here, and then I'm going to go in, and it wants me to knit a ribbing, just a 1x1 ribbing around here to kind of like shrink it in a little, just to finish it off, and then it's done. And I washed and blocked this already. It's because it's the Red Heart Super Saver, it doesn't really like to block properly. I mean, not like block properly. I probably will throw it in the wash just to make sure it's like extra, whatever it's gonna be. But I did have to fight. I did have to fight it a little, because I used my brand new blocking mats I got for Christmas, and it worked okay, except it was really wet, so there was like a bunch of water dropping on my floor, which was like kind of annoying, but like whatever, because I wet block everything, because I was worried the steam would make it look bad, because I was like, I spent like 4 days knitting this thing. I did also mess up one of the sides, but I'm realizing now you can't really tell where I messed up, so whatever. It looks cute, it looks good. I'm worried it's gonna be a little big, so I might try it on once I've got it all. Actually, I'm gonna try it on right now. Hold on. You guys get to watch that part? Okay. Maybe if I stand up. Hold on. Okay. It's not... Oh, actually, it's not that bad. It's gonna be a little higher, so it'll fit it actually will fit. Honestly, not that. I kind of like it. Okay. Great. So then it'll fit her. I was worried it wouldn't fit my grandma because I was like, it's like the biggest size. And the biggest size, according to the pattern, is a 52 inches finished, which is quite large. Because generally, if I was making this for myself, I probably would have made like the 50, which is like the second biggest, if I wanted the room, because these are the finished sizes. So I was a little worried it would be too big, but honestly it turned out okay. I don't think I did the decreases right at the neck on the front because it wanted me to decrease like 20 stitches, but I accidentally, I think, decreased less than that. But it honestly, like, it turned out okay, and it was still kind of hard to like fully get it. I feel like I should have taken like an inch or two and added it back here because it had me leave a 10-inch hole at the neck, but I think it turned out okay, honestly. Like, overall, it's kind of cute. It's fun. I'll give you a better idea of what it looks like when I've fully finished it, but that's where I'm at. I've ooh, my hair. But yeah, so turned out pretty good. The stitch pattern took a bit of finagling to figure out, and I did have to keep track a little. I made some little tally marks on the side so that I would know what I'm working with. But it's a 25 stitch 25 stitches in a row, and you just repeat parts of it obviously until you get to the end. Oh my goodness. So, not that bad. This is a present I need to rip out because I messed up. It's a halibut cowl and I messed up the pattern, so I have to restart it. But I'm being a little lazy about it because I need to fix my printer. I just don't want to fix my printer. So yeah, it's 25 stitches. I ended up doing one stockinette stitch on each side, so I just took two off and I was able to repeat it just fine. It worked out evenly. So if you do this, if you have 106 stitches, just take off two and you'll be fine. You'll repeat it just fine. And then I did the two, and I kept track for 2 rows. I ended up doing a lot more than 2 repeats of 12. 24. I marked off 24 rows, and then after that I was like, oh, I can keep going like this, and it was easy enough to follow. It actually wasn't, like, it was surprisingly easy to figure out when I was gonna keep doing the stitch thing, so like when the stitches would work. So that was really nice, and I enjoyed that it was easy enough to kind of like memorize in the way, and it was also like really easy, like it was easy, like I memorized it and I just kind of like went with it and it was fine and I did it. So it was good to watch while like binging Star Trek or something. I don't know. I don't remember what we watched, but I watched a lot of TV while I did it. So it was really nice, really easy. And I'm kind of excited. But I do have like 7 or 8 of the 7 untouched skeins of this country blue. So I will have quite a bit. I might ask her what she wants me to do with it. I'm not sure. I think I have enough for a sweater, but I don't know if I want to have one object or if I want to have like 4 objects. Then also, I'm not sure if my siblings would actually care if they got any of this yarn. So like I could just make my grandma and I like matching little vests, and that'd be really cute actually. So not sure. Might ask her if there's like a second pattern, if she would like a different vest, and we'll see. Maybe she'll have 2 country blue items. We'll see. But yeah, I wanted to give you guys a little update. I finished the front, because this took like US 10s, it took like 3 days to knit the front, and the front is like 24 inches long. So honestly, great time. Great, perfect. Loved it. Was amazing. But also I had like 8 straight hours of knitting every day. Well, maybe 7. I did like 7 straight hours of knitting pretty much, because I would like sit. I would wake up, I'd make my coffee, and I'd sit and I would just knit furiously, like did nothing else. Then I'd take a break, eat some lunch, maybe do some dishes, and then I'd sit back down and I'd knit furiously. So, because I was like, I'm pushing this project out. It's gonna get done. It's getting done because it has to be done by February 3rd. Well, before February 3rd, because I have to mail it to her. But then I'm really excited. So she'll get this for her birthday. I'm gonna seam up this side and probably finish, if I don't finish the armhole ribbing, I'll probably finish tomorrow at Yarn Circle. So I should have it done by tomorrow. Friday. Thursday, Friday. I don't know. I'll have it done eventually this week. But anyways, I'll see you guys later. I'll update you when it's done. And I'll give you some cute shots. But bye. It's finished. It turned out, honestly, like a lot better than I was hoping. I do actually kind of like that there is no shaping, so that it kind of has, it feels very boxy on. Oh my goodness. Okay. It feels very boxy, like, because obviously it's like essentially two squares. Like you can see, it's essentially two squares. It's like a rectangle that I seamed up the side. I did a single crochet up the side. I left, I think it said to leave like 11 inches. I probably honestly could have made them a little shorter, but I was worried that like making them shorter would like throw off the fit. You left a 10-inch hole for the head, which was, for me at least, like a good amount of head. And it's supposed to be like a boat neck, so it's supposed to sit kind of like this. And she's probably going to wear this over like a turtleneck, long sleeve type situation, especially with all of these holes. So I'm not worried about that. That's why I wore it over the long sleeve. I just don't have a turtleneck that I thought would look really good. So it turned out really good, actually. I also kind of like the lines that the like stitches make. Like the lines look really cute. And then this is the shoulder seam. My seam wasn't very good, and you can like very obviously tell where I stitched it. And the arms are like kind of big. Like they fit, if I was maybe like a 50 bust, I feel like this would fit really like just a little. Because like if you look at the pattern, it doesn't have that much ease. Like it has ease, but it's not like obviously she started this when she like, you know, thought she needed this size. So like it fits well. It like looks good. It would look nice like because it's a little oversized, so I could wear like a turtleneck under, like a thicker turtleneck, and like it would still fit really well. Like I could layer really nicely under this and like just throw it on. I also like that it doesn't have a pattern on front and back. I think I like that it's just the front, because then I could like it doesn't matter what the back is, like what's going on back there. No one cares. It's the front. The front is where the party is. So like it looks nice. It looks cute. It's a little big, but I think she'll like that it's a little big. I think she'll like that it's like, you know, like a comfortable oversized, and it fits. It hits at like roughly my belt, so I think that's like a good size for her, because she don't want it too long. And I'm worried that like, because it fits me so nicely with it like sitting just like this, I'm worried that if I had made it the like full length you're supposed to at this one, which had like another inch of like before the ribbing, because the ribbing is an inch, I think if I had added an inch to the body it would have been like too long, and it's just gonna stretch as she wears it. Like as it ages, it'll stretch. So I think it turned out really cute. But this is the first in my inherited whip. I think I need to like steam it a little. I like literally just took the sleeves, just did the sleeves at my yarn circle, so like they are like fresh off the needles. But yeah, so I have this bad boy done. I have most of the skein that I finished this with, and then I have like 6 unused skeins, so I need to find some projects to do with that. But I'm thinking what I think would be really nice is to make something for my siblings and I, so we can each have like a country blue thing. And that might be like talking to them and being like, hey, I have a bunch of this yarn left over from grandma that like grandma isn't gonna use. Do you want it? Do you like this color? Would you like use whatever, what do you want, kind of thing. And then making them something. So one down. I think the next one will be a table runner that her grandma started. I thought, because I've been toying with doing that one on and off, so I think I just need to commit, and it's a crochet project, so it'll go really fast. So project 1 is down. I hope she likes it. I gotta mail it to her for birthday, so I won't have like actual footage of that, but she doesn't use the internet, so no one will know. She'll never know. She'll never know that I finished it until she gets it. in February, which perfect timing for her to wear this vest, honestly. So I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.